Gideon Blaze hadn't been in a recording studio for over 2 decades. Not since Starlight Lies, the platinum album that closed out his era of fame in a haze of glitter, alcohol, and legal trouble. He'd aged out of the tabloids and into obscurity, a recluse who lived alone in a crumbling villa on the cliffs of Dorset. The guitars in his house were dusty, the gold records on the wall tilted. The voice that once electrified stadiums had grown hoarse from cigarettes and silence. So when Vortex Records called, he laughed. A meeting? With who? He rasped down the line, pacing in slippers, a whiskey glass trembling in his hand. Executive board, said the bright voice of a young assistant named Karina. It's about a special legacy project. There's talk of re-releases, box sets, possibly a documentary. He almost hung up, almost. But something in her voice, a practiced, eager warmth, pulled at a part of him that hadn't stirred in years. By the time he stepped into the lobby of Vortex's London headquarters, Gideon Blaze looked like a ghost of rock and roll. Black velvet jacket from the 80s, tinted glasses, and silver rings on gnarled fingers. The receptionist looked up, startled, then quickly masked it with a corporate smile. Mr. Blaze, they're expecting you. He was led through glass corridors lined with album covers, his own face among them, staring out with wild eyes and fire-red hair from a different century. The boardroom was all chrome and soft lighting. A dozen executives sat at a long table, none of them over 40. At the head sat a man Gideon didn't recognize, but who smiled like an old friend. Gideon, he said warmly. I'm Miles Harlow, head of A&R. What an honor. Gideon nodded. So what's this about? You dig up some old masters and decide to milk the past? There was polite laughter, a few awkward glances. Miles gestured to a sleek silver tray brought in by a silent assistant. On it were drinks, wine, sparkling water, a dark amber whiskey. Before we begin, a toast, said Miles, to legends never dying. Gideon smirked and took the glass. It smelled expensive, peat and honey and something unfamiliar. He drank anyway. When he put the glass down, the room already seemed dimmer. Miles launched into a speech about legacy. Your albums are seeing a resurgence. Gen Z rediscovered Crimson Halo on streaming. There's viral buzz. People are calling you the godfather of gothic blues. I called myself that in '91, Gideon muttered. But now it means something, Miles continued undeterred. We want to release a remastered anthology, B-sides, rare tapes, even a posthumous live album. Gideon frowned. Posthumous? Oh, said Miles quickly, just a term, a way to frame it. You know how the market loves nostalgia. Death sells. There was an uneasy pause. Gideon's hand twitched. The rings on his fingers suddenly felt too tight. The lights above buzzed faintly. The meeting dragged on. Voices blurred. Faces swam. His heart stuttered in a strange rhythm. Sweat prickled the back of his neck. Something was wrong. When he stood to leave, his legs nearly gave out. You all right? Karina asked, suddenly at his side. I need air, he rasped. Bathroom. She pointed him down the hall. He stumbled into a marble-tiled washroom, locked the door, and collapsed against the sink. His vision pulsed red at the edges. He gripped the counter, staring at himself in the mirror. His pupils were blown wide, his skin ashen. It hit him like a bass drop through his chest. Poison. He clutched his stomach. Sweat poured down his temples. His body knew before his brain accepted it. Not a heart attack, not a panic episode. Something deliberate. He fumbled for his phone, but it slipped from his hand and skidded under the sink. He sank to the floor. Through the fog, he saw something scrawled on the mirror in the condensation. An old lyric of his, perhaps etched there by some obsessed intern. You'll burn bright before the end and fade into a song. The irony made him laugh once. A dry, crumbling sound. When they found him 20 minutes later, he was cold. An ambulance came, but it was too late. Gideon Blaze, age 73, declared dead of natural causes pending toxicology. The news broke by midnight. By morning, Crimson Halo had hit number 3 on the UK charts. Fans lit candles. TikTok exploded with tribute videos. Radio stations played Raven Moon on loop. Vortex Records released a heartfelt statement honoring his unparalleled impact on modern music. Miles Harlow appeared on a podcast praising Gideon's raw genius. 2 weeks later, the Legacy anthology dropped. It sold out in hours. What no one knew, what no one would ever prove, was that Vortex had insured Gideon's name and catalog only weeks before. The payout was massive, and somewhere in a sleek boardroom, glasses clinked to Long Live Rock. In the dusty villa by the Dorset cliffs, the wind howled through the open windows. A guitar in the corner fell silently to its side. Gideon Blaze had burned bright before the end, and he had indeed faded into a song.